Well, inside Vintage Mio is a nostalgic journey through music of all genres. The Buzzworthy local business we're covering today opened in Waco in late 2023 and is any music lover's dream. For those who want to support a great cause too, you can also find that in the store.
I'm Armando Cardoso. I'm the owner of Vintage Mio.
And where are you from?
I'm originally from the Bay Area, but most of my life I've been living in Oregon. I've lived there for about 24 years, and after that I just decided to move to Waco.
And how are you liking the Waco community so far?
It's different. It takes a little bit to be adjusted, but the people are amazing. I've met some amazing people here, like anywhere from like the Baylor students to folks in like the church community, to folks who non-believer community, just everyone. They're really good folks.
Yeah. How long have you been? How many years?
I moved here roughly about February or March of 2023.
Okay. And what is the difference between the heart of Waco, downtown Waco, compared to Oregon?
Well, I've lived in places like in California and Oregon where they were small, similar to Waco, and they just exploded. And Waco has the same feel to it. It's just a matter of time. Maybe a little bit slower, but yeah, it's a little bit different. Waco's a little bit different, where it's like a small town, but it's a city, and everyone knows each other. A small, tight-knit community.
Now, we got to get into the records.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know there were so many in here.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. This is only about half of them.
Yeah, what made you want to get into doing records?
I didn't. I actually didn't want to. What made me want to get into records is I didn't. I actually thought that I had prostate cancer and I quit my job right before the pandemic. And I had records, so I started slinging them online. And 4 or 5 years later, I'm still doing this. And the increase of supporters has increased tremendously.
And how long has your record store been open, just in general?
So a physical mom and pop shop here in downtown Waco, we were open roughly about September of last year, so late 2023 to current. And since then, I kind of estimate how many people have been in here throughout the U.S. and throughout the world, roughly about 55,000 people.
55,000 people have been here?
Roughly about 55,000 people.
Oh.
I average about 4,000 to 5,000 people minimum a month. Sometimes we hit 7,000 people a month, especially like during the eclipse. When the eclipse was here, there was folks from Russia and China, all over the world.
So would you say Waco was a great place to open a store like this?
I believe that establishing a store here in Waco, Texas was like a need. It gives people like something to do here in the heart of the city. Yeah, I just feel like this is a music town. People just don't know it. And with the combination of just adding some vinyl record sales here downtown, I think people gravitate towards the music.
And when people visit here, what kind of vinyls could they find in here? I know it's a lot. How many vinyls, before I ask that, are in here?
Okay. So roughly there's just over 20,000 records that I could hold in the store, but we have more. And when I moved from Oregon, I just wasn't sure what people wanted. I wasn't sure if it was just people wanted Johnny Cash and like country music, Elvis Presley, things like that. I brought everything. So you could find reggae, hip hop, anything that you think of. And the thing that makes this a little bit different is I ask people what they want me to order and I go get it. So I order roughly about 2 times a week. And people make me look good because they have good taste in music.
Now walk me through. Let's show me what you got, man.
Okay, cool. So in general right here, one thing that it's very important for me to do is to keep the record store clean. We alphabetize everything. So here's our country section with some country titles as well. We picked up some records from Pennsylvania, and here's like the remaining country records as well. One thing that people don't know is how thick we are with jazz and soul music. We picked up a lot of titles from the East Coast. Just recently, we purchased a collection from Romaine Jenkins. She recently passed away, but she was a homicide detective in Washington, D.C. A lot of these records do have stories. For example, this is Norman Dolph. He was a producer of Velvet Underground with Andy Warhol, and he did also work with Tom Wilson of Waco, Texas. And Norman was a huge jazz collector, so these jazz records right over here are from Norman Dolph's personal collection right there. A lot of these are. So one of my favorite parts about the job is getting the inventory, and I do travel. I've traveled roughly over 40 different states to get inventory records. So I get referrals, maybe close a store for a day or two, go to North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C. I was just in Washington, D.C. 2 weeks ago, and we picked up 2,000 records.
And how do you find it? Or is it estate sales or?
So it's word of mouth. I think a lot of people believe in me, and so they're always tagging me on social media. Hey, someone so has a record collection that they no longer want. They're willing to sell, and I go get it.
And film photography has gone up, right? People want that nostalgia.
Yeah.
And not only that, but also people want to get record players and hear a song on a record. So how great is it that that has increased now in 2024?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So the cool thing, too, is there are a lot of people that are musically minded. And also in the store, we're a little bit different. You know, you've noticed that there's a guitar over there in the corner. I encourage people to pick up the guitar or musical instruments, and then they can play them. Oftentimes, they'll play while there's 20, 30 people in the store. It's really cool.
How important is physical media?
Physical media is important. You know, I think the world is kind of crazy, and I think people just want that a tangible asset, like something that's theirs that they could possess. It's funny how history repeats itself, and people find themselves going back in time to that tangible item in vinyl records.
I know this is your storefront here. Do you plan to expand in the future?
So I'm running out of space, and we're always needing records, because records promote creativity in projects that we do and give back to the community. So the more records that we have, the more we give. But there's a problem too, is that when we do have records, we need a bigger space. I'm already maxed out. And so we are looking for a location that's bigger. And in the future, I would like to own something. I believe that being part of the community, you have to own a building and be part of a voice and positive change. Now, I have this wall right here with a whole bunch of signatures. This is John Tefteller. I travel with him. He's from Grants Pass, Oregon. He's the #1 rare blues collector in the world. These are people in the community that have stand out or have really supported folks from North Carolina, South Carolina, Oregon. On the other side of the wall, we have musicians that come into the store and they sign so we have people from local musicians like Trey Alfaro from the Vandaliers and Josh. Also, we have people who have been on season 20 and season 22 on The Voice. Legendary Texas artists like Chris Gantry, musician who used to be best friends with Chris Christopherson, Johnny Cash. So, and we document these things as well. Even Freddie Kirch from the 13th Floor Elevator. Yeah, we have it all. And this is I would like to have in the future a tiny desk scenario where people I've already started interviewing people here in this area. Also taking pictures of like Christmas theme, like backgrounds for families and things like that. It's a multi-purpose space where people could just feel at home, relax, enjoy some music, bring some coffee in here. Or even if they have like a band and they just want to be recorded, we'll do that for them. It's on the house.
Nice. On the average, how much is a record? Does it depend?
Oh, it just depends. The other thing too is if you look at the Google reviews so far, very grateful that we have 100% Google rating, and many of that is because our prices are reasonable. We're not a greedy store. We keep the prices down, and we also donate a lot of our proceeds away. So it's a for-profit business with a non-profit feel.
Gotcha.
And Vintage Mio, in Spanish, Mio means mine. Vintage Mio. So.
Yeah.
If I had a wish list for the community listening to my business and how they could support me is if there's vinyl records or referrals, or if you just don't spin them anymore, just take me into consideration, because we do good things with records. In good faith, we've donated $36,000 towards vetted nonprofits and even small musicians with the sale of records. So we do good things with them.
And for example, Tyler the Creator just dropped that amazing album Chromacopia, right?
Yeah.
Would you have that in here, or is it only vintage records?
No, so I have access to hundreds of thousands of titles. Unfortunately, that title isn't available yet, but it's a combination of new and used records. So it's just not older used records. We sell current things, anything from, I don't know, Zach Bryan to SZA. We got it all. So we are located, if you want to support a small mom and pop shop business, we're located roughly about 800 feet from the silos. We're located at 108 South 6th Street in downtown Waco, Texas.